First up, we have the country of Iran with a GDP of $18,505. The economy of Iran is a mixed and transition economy with a large public sector. When on the world scale, it's the world's 18th largest by purchasing power parity, and roughly 60% of the economy is centrally planned. At number 9, we have Turkey. Turkey's GDP is $27,394. The economy of Turkey is defined as an emerging market economy, and Turkey is among the world's most developed countries according to the CIA World Factbook. Turkey is also defined by economists as well as political scientists as one of the world's newly industrialized countries. Next up, we have the country of Malaysia with a GDP of $32,455. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country that occupies part of the Malay Peninsula and the island of Borneo. It's known for its beaches, rainforests, and mix of Malay as well as Chinese, Indian, and European cultural influences. It's like a melting pot of all of them. Pretty fascinating place. In any case, the capital, Kuala Lumpur, is home to the colonial buildings, busy shopping districts such as the Bukit Bintang, as well as a bunch of different skyscrapers like the very well-known Petronas Twin Towers. Oman follows Asia in this episode, and their GDP is at $46,476. Oman's reserves of petroleum totals about 5.5 billion barrels. Natural gas has increased a lot due to the development of gas fields. Oman's natural gas reserves are estimated at 849.5 billion cubic meters, and this ranks it 28th in the entire world. Oman's mineral resources include copper, gold, as well as zinc and iron. And then several industries have popped up around them as part of the national development process, which has provided many jobs for the people of Oman and has contributed greatly to the nation's GDP as well. And the citizens of Oman, they really have a good life over there in comparison to other countries and their living standards. Bahrain comes in at number 6 with a GDP of $50,868. Bahrain is regarded as one of the fastest growing economies in the entire Arab world. So back in 2008, the country was named the world's fastest growing financial center by the City of London's Global Financial Centers Index. And Bahrain's banking and financial sectors have benefited from the regional boom driven by a demand for oil. And with that said, petroleum is Bahrain's most exported product. Aluminum is considered as the second most exported product, followed by finance and construction materials. Next up, coming in at number 5, we have the United Kingdom. This is definitely a highly developed nation that wields significant international, economic, political, and scientific as well as cultural influence. As the nation has withdrawn from the European Union, the UK's global role is undergoing a transformation that raises some new questions. The UK's global influence is rooted in the British Empire, which developed during the colonial era and peaked in the early 20th century before transitioning to decolonization in the aftermath of World War II. London, the capital city, is a major international financial hub and one of the most frequently visited cities on the planet. The banking and tourism industries are components of a broader service sector that drives much of the country's economic growth. Number 4 leads us to Germany. Germany, which is the largest European Union member state in terms of population, boasts one of the world's largest economies and has increasingly gained prominence in the global community since reunification. Its central location in Europe is flanked by 9 neighboring countries, and Germany's economy is a social market economy that combines free market capitalism with social service guarantees. It is one of the world's largest and most active importers and exporters, with the service sector including telecommunications, healthcare, and tourism being the largest contributor to the economy there. Industry and agriculture are also significant economic sectors. Germany has a highly skilled as well as a very prosperous workforce. A lot of immigrants are moving there because of the opportunities. But despite being one of the world's most popular migration destination, the country's open door policy has been met with some criticism following recent crimes that have been committed at its borders. From there, we look at Russia in at the number 3 spot. Russia, with an enormous size, is the world's largest country in terms of land area, covering most of the northern Asia and a significant part of Eastern Europe. It is twice the size of the second largest country, Canada, and shares borders with more than a dozen nations, as well as it shares sea borders with Japan and the United States. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Russia became an independent country. Russia is ranked number 2 in terms of military power, and it has a whopping annual defense budget of over $82 billion US. Tensions, though, between Russia and the West have increased as a result of Russia's annexation of Crimea back in 2014 and its involvement in the conflict in Ukraine, leading to sanctions being imposed by Western nations. Powerful country at number 2 is China. China is home to one of the world's oldest civilizations and has been ruled by the Communist Party since 1949. And that's when it was established as the People's Republic of China. With over 1.4 billion people, it is the world's most populous country and one of the largest countries by land area. China has experienced rapid economic growth over the past several decades and has become one of the world's fastest growing major economies. China has transitioned from a centrally planned to a market-based economy, and it now has the world's second largest economy, behind only the United States. While China's economic growth has lifted hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, it still faces several domestic challenges, such as balancing population growth with natural resources, as well as the rising income inequality and pollution. Ending this episode off at number 1, the most powerful country in the world is the United States of America. It's also the most powerful military and economic force on the planet. The United States of America is, of course, a North American nation with a cultural impact that extends globally, particularly through its music, films, and television. The United States operates as a constitutional-based federal republic made up of 50 states, and its economy is the world's largest, backed by advanced technology. Among its most valuable exports are computers and electronic equipment, vehicles, chemicals, food, live animals, as well as military hardware. On top of that, the United States has the planet's largest coal reserves, and despite its global dominance, the nation faces internal challenges, including income inequality, racial tensions, as well as a growing divide among its citizens. The United States is often a leading participant in international organizations and played a key role in the creation of institutions like the United Nations, NATO, and the World Bank. So let's jump into this episode. At number 10, we have Syed Mukhtar Al-Bukhari. Syed Mukhtar Al-Bukhari of Malaysia has investments in a variety of businesses, which include transportation and logistics, plantations, property development, defense and armory, as well as engineering and power generation. He is the founder of the Al-Bukhari Foundation, which is an international nonprofit charity organization that focuses on social development. Currently, his net worth is estimated at $1.4 billion. Najib Mikati comes in at number 9. He is the richest person in Lebanon, which happens to be the country that he was born in. Najib Mikati also once served as the Prime Minister of Lebanon. Now, when it comes to business though, he co-founded Investcom with his brother, and it has become a very successful telecommunications company. After that, they then launched the M1 Group, which is a holding company with real estate, retail, and international travel interests. His estimated net worth is $2.7 billion. Shahid Khan comes up next. He is a Pakistani-born entrepreneur who immigrated to the United States. He was hired and became the engineering director of Flex and Gate, which is an automobile manufacturing company. And then afterwards, several years later, he had started his own company, and that was called Bumper Works. And his company produced car bumpers, and it grew to the point where he could actually buy Flex and Gate. He became the primary supplier of bumpers to major car manufacturers in the United States. Shahid, he also is the owner of the NFL team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and also he owns the football/soccer team, Fulham FC. His estimated net worth is $8 billion. The next billionaire on the list is Mohammed Al-Amoudi. He's an Arabian-Ethiopian businessman, and he invested heavily in the gold mines as well as oil refineries in Ethiopia, and he acquired 63% of the sole tire manufacturer of Ethiopia, and that is Addis Tire. Now, Mohammed Al-Amoudi, he made his fortune in Saudi Arabian real estate as well as a lot of construction work in Saudi Arabia. He then started pouring his money into an empire that includes mining and oil interests in Ethiopia, Sweden, and Morocco. Mohammed Al-Amoudi, he controls 70% of Ethiopia's oil, and he produces 4 tons of gold every single year. And with all of that, his net worth is $8.3 billion. Next up at number 6, we have Mohammed bin Issa Al Jaber. Mohammed bin Issa Al Jaber is the chairman and CEO of the MBI International and Partners. This group comprises of JW hotels and resorts around the world. And on top of his work in the business field, he organized support for restoring Mali's cultural heritage. The rich person at number 5, halfway in, is Ahmed Akbar Soban. Ahmed Akbar Soban is a well-known Bangladeshi businessman, and he was born on February 15th, 1952. He's also the co-founder of the business conglomerate Bashundhara Group. Now, this man, Ahmed Akbar Soban, he comes from very humble beginnings, but he has firmly established himself in the business arena, and he has a net worth of over $500 million. Number 4 brings us to Salman F. Rahman. This man, he's very popular all over Bangladesh for his business, and he was listed as the 1,685th person on the list of billionaires for the first time in Bangladesh by Huron Global in 2017. And he was actually listed in the 1,685th place on the list of billionaires for the first time as a Bangladeshi by Huron Global in the year 2017. And just to give you an idea of his ranking in context, according to Forbes' 2021 list of billionaires, there were 2,755 billionaires in the entire world in 2021. And that works out to an average of 0.35 billionaires per 1 million people. Salman F. Rahman is also the vice chairman of Beximco Group, and he's the private sector development advisor to the president of Bangladesh Awami League and the prime minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. His net worth totals more than $600 million. A businessman by the name of Syed Abdul Hussain is up next at number 3. He's a businessman and also a politician, and he served as the communication minister of Bangladesh from the years 2009 up until the years 2012. He's a founder of the Sako International Limited Company, which deals with foreign investors. Syed Abdul Hussain is also known for expanding access to education in Bangladesh. He's done a lot of great work in the country, and it's no surprise that his net worth exceeds $1 billion. After completing his education at the University of Dhaka, Syed Abdul Hussain, he joined government services, and then he later ventured into the business field. And from there, he founded the Sako International Ltd. and also the Sako NGO in the year 1975. He was also the founding member of Boao Forum for Asia, which was started in 2001 in the country of China. Next up, we have Tariq Rahman. He is in the number 2 spot in this list of the top 10 richest people in Bangladesh. But here's the thing, he got a whole lot of his wealth from his father, Ziaur Rahman. On top of being a businessman, Tariq Rahman is also a politician in Bangladesh
who served as the senior vice chairman of Bangladesh Nationalist Party. But he has been charged by the Anti-Corruption Commission for amassing illegal wealth, and it said that he has a $1.5 billion net worth. At the time of filming this video, it is reported that he doesn't live in Bangladesh due to all the political controversies surrounding him. All right, now ending off this list at number 1, we have Musa bin Shamshur. He is one of the most popular names around Bangladesh, and he's regarded as the richest person in Bangladesh and one of the richest men in Asia with a $12 billion net worth. Musa bin Shamshur was in the limelight all over the country when the Anti-Corruption Commission of Bangladesh accused him of money laundering. But he is still referred to as a business tycoon who's the founder of DATCO, which has its hands in the recruiting, construction, education, and trading industries, among other industries. It is said that he is one of the few brave men who has disclosed his actual net worth, but then again, we still can't be 100% certain.